welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Ellee Hong. On this edition of the show, we're talking about using an individual's talents to help an entire community. My guest for this segment is Michael Caraballo. He is founder and CEO of a wonderful organization called Talent for Change, the 4 being a number. Michael, so great to have you here.
Thank you, thank you.
You guys are a relatively new organization, Talent for Change.
Yes.
Let's talk about the brief history of the organization and how it came about, because it's pretty interesting. It wasn't what you intended it to be in the very beginning.
No, definitely not what we intended it to be. It actually stemmed off of a company that I created in 2009 called the Talent Catalog, which was basically just trying to provide artists that could be better influences for our kids with all the resources they needed so that they can actually be out there in our kids' headphones and in the TV screens and really influencing our kids. 2013, I realized we need to do more. People don't really care about helping out the independent artists, no matter how positive they are, because there's just too many out there. And I wanted to still come up with a way to utilize their talent for change. And that's when the name hit me. And we started to do a series of inspirational events with these artists to just inspire people to unite, come together, and then we'd utilize that unity to go into communities and restore the communities. The problem was it was very superficial. We'd come, help, and then we'd disappear. They wouldn't see us again. We wanted to be more consistent. And then a friend of mine who's a chef came to me and offered his talent, which forced us to basically evolve and include all talents and not just musicians and singers and things like that.
So it really is to use an individual talent, like the chef's talent, to get kids involved, to teach them things so that they would go back out into their communities and use that new talent to help out their families and their local communities. So tell me about how this, specifically, the chef program works.
So the chef program, the way it works is we're actually teaching kids how to grow their own food, how to harvest, and then how to actually cook their meals, their own meals. Through the process of that, they also learn, table etiquette and server etiquette and table manners. But the idea is to actually collaborate with different chefs and different gardeners from the local communities and have them come on as mentors to empower the kids from within their own community to become more resourceful and self-sufficient.
And we were talking about this before this interview, but you were hoping that these kids would learn the skill, take it home, and the change would start at the family level.
Yes. We wanted to be able to utilize these initiatives to kind of serve as solutions for today's problems. And we recognize one of our biggest battles is a battle, against dysfunction. Our families, all of us in one way or another are very dysfunctional, and we have to kind of learn to balance and boost each other up. But it's very hard when you're, kind of taken down by the totals of everyday life. Parents are busy with their schedule, sometimes working multiple jobs. They don't have time to really address the kids the way that, they should be addressing them to make it a little more pleasant and more functional. So with this program in particular, the kids are now learning to cook their own meals, and they're, being inspired to want to go home and tell mom and dad, take a break, kick your feet back, here's the paper, let me cook for you. And now the parents are being put in a position where they have the time to actually tell the kids how proud they are of them and encourage them to keep down that path to become the next top chef or whatever the case may be, rather than, the only time they have to address their kids is to yell at them to regain control in the house.
So you're breaking the cycle, right?
Yeah,
and shifting the dynamic of the entire family.
That's the idea, but through, people's individual talent. If you have a talent you'd be willing to utilize for change, we want to be able to help you develop that talent into an initiative that will empower the kids in the community and better, the community overall.